Hi, we are Team 4 and we are going to talk about how to deal with cultural difference and promote a positive coexistence in various scenarios. My name is Daniela Guia.
My name is Rodolfo Esquivel.
I am Erika Garcia.
I am Yesenia Andrade.
I'm Ana Grimaldo.
And the first question is how human relationships have changed with the use of the internet, social media, and globalization. Well, I believe that social media are of a greater scope because now with a couple of clicks we can talk with people on the other side of the world and the scope we can have is impressive. But we are forgetting something that is more important, the personal coexistence. Many people spend so much time on social networks that they forget to spend time with people who are close to us. Now that from another point of view, the internet can be an escape from reality. You can learn another language, get to know new cultures, ideologies, etc. It's important to use reason when browsing the internet so that it does not harm us.
The second question is, have you been in a difficult situation due to cultural difference? Yes. Once I traveled with my family to Zacatecas, Mexico, and in the hotel we stayed, there were people from other countries, Koreans and Germans. It was with who I was able to talk a little since they knew English, and they told me all the things uh, are different in their countries, and they were here in Mexico, like cute salsa on many things, music and dances.
Well, and the third question is, what problems can rejection of difference and lack of tolerance cause? It's a good question. There are several, but we have solved very marked problems lately. Like what? Like resist. Resist is the attitude of rejection and contempt towards people who belong to a race or ethnicity different from one's own. This issue problem is the most talked about, and I think it is more in the United States, but I repeat, it is everywhere in all countries. We have the example of a person of color who was killed by a policeman who made a lot of noise about this case because the people want justice and they got it. And well, it is not the only case. It was one that came to the light and many people empathize or try to empathize. But well, in a few words, it causes that when a child sees an adult rejecting another person and that person is of a different color, different accent, language, way of dressing, this child will ask you, why did you do that? Why did you rejecting a person that is different? And the adult probably will answer, because it's a person of a color, because it's a person of another culture, and that is where the child will copy your attitude and will do the same in the future.
Well, the fourth question said that which negative emotions could be present when a person from a minority group is rejected or left out. And I think that they can present a variety of negative emotions that may occur when people are rejected. For example, like sadness, loneliness, hurt, anger, and jealousy. The predominant rejection related to emotions that appears is like to be hurt feelings. I think that hurt feelings may be the signature emotion that other people do not value in their relationship with the individual as much as they will like, and those rejections experiences are typically involved in at least some sense of feeling hurt. Although some hurt feelings reflect a blend of other emotions like sadness and fear.
And well, the next question is, which action could you take to avoid the above, even when you are not directly involved? It is the best to take actions or to mind your own business. And well, once we are not involved in situations related to cultural differences, we can act to make a change. We can practice tolerance, respect, diversity, and other values in our daily lives. And when we see situations where someone is being a victim of cultural differences and tolerance, we can instill respect. Also, we must be people of change, and from our homes, we can instill and teach about the different cultures that exist and how they enrich the planet. So we must respect diversity and be tolerant and empathic with people who suffer negative situations for all this. And well, also it is important to intervene in situations that do not seem correct to you and which you can change, but you need to analyze the ways that you are going to intervene in order to have a positive impact on the society.
Well, I think that's right. But the truth is that I consider that internet is a very good way to get to know other cultures, and we have a great advantage because we can look for information to see what topics to be respectful of in certain cultures. I also think that is a great um, means of communication that we can use to exchange ideas, to dialogue, and have a good time getting to know new cultures. But what happens when there is no respect? I consider that respect is a fundamental factor in knowing cultures because no no one culture is the correct one. I mean that the ideologies of one culture can be bad ideologies in another. This is where respect comes in. Being able to say, I respect your culture, I do not share the same ideologies, but that doesn't mean that it's better or worse. It means that I respect your opinions.
In this activity, we learned about the cultural differences that usually exist between the different countries and existing cultures. We had different questions and various points of view among all the team.
In conclusion, I think that we all different, but in good ways. That we all are perfect in our way, and that's ya, es que me da risa. Lo voy a decir de nuevo. A ver. In conclusion, I think that we all different, but in good ways. Like we are all perfect, and that's what make that's what that's what make us different with each others. But also we are alike depending in our cultures. Uh, when we are talking about rights and all those things that are involved with it.
It is important to establish inclusive values in the society since sometimes there is like a discrimination against people who think or practice a culture different from ours. It is fairly common problem today, and it is something negative since we must be respectful and inclusive.
I conclude that having an open mind is fundamental to have a healthy coexist, both for adults and children, because if we educate them with the idea that we must accept others as they are, society will be less pretentious and more empathic.
Okay, so I think it's a really interesting team, and it's important to have these things in mind. I think that will be all. So bye.
Bye.